Let's go, Rabbi Sai. We're in the middle. Starting the Heilige Ahava, Rabba. Let's start a little bit of the words. Let's try to get into the sugya and understand the incredible tefillah called Ava Rabba Avas Olim. Before we do that, let me tell you an incredible idea from the Heilige Baal Shem HaKudosh. The Baal Shem Tov is quoted in the Toldos Yaakov Yosef and Parashas Vayira, where he brings down that one of the main reasons why we are still in Golus and the Geula has not come, so the Heilige Baal Shem Tov, is because people do not have the right kavanah in Ava Rabba, in Avas Olim. So we're dealing over here with a very, very powerful tefillah, extremely powerful tefillah. The Maral in the Sivas Olim brings down that there's two Lashonis. We said yesterday is Avas Olam and Ava Rabba. Okay, Ava Rabba speak about the abundance of Hashem's love towards us. Avas Olam refers to the fact that the love Hashem has for us is eternal. Right? So there's two things. There's the aspect number one, tremendous love that Hashem has for us. But number two, that love is not specifically going to stop at any time. It is forever. It is eternal. So those are the two Lashonos that we have of Ava Rabba and Avas Olam, which again, we're just going to use Ava Rabba as the example because Nosuk Sfard say it on Shabbos and Nosuk Ashkenaz say it during the week.
Why don't we switch?
Because there's a machlikas. We said that yesterday, there's a machlikas, and the way that the minhagim came out is that each one
during the week, one and on Shabbos the other.
to be Yitzhak Boshitas.
I don't know
We
where
want to make sure to do that. To be Yitzhak Boshitas. Yeah. Okay, let's go on. So here we go, Rabbi. So let's begin with the Heilige Lashon. Ava Rabba of Tanu Hashem Elokeinu. Rabbi Shalom, you, and we're referring to Hashem, has loved us with an incredibly, ever-increasing love, Hashem, which means, by the way, the Lashon of Ava Rabba, right, is specifically means that it gets more and more, right? It's not only is it eternal, but it's also increasing in that way. That means the Rabbeinu Shalom every day loves Klal Yisrael more and more and more, right? And obviously we try to reciprocate that by loving the Rabbeinu Shalom also. Again, we spoke about that yesterday, how this is the beginning of the mitzvah of Avas Hashem. We spoke about from the Seder Shorish V'Avoda. Moving on, Chemla Gedoyla, the Yisera Chamalta Aleinu. So it's interesting, the Lashon of Chemla, right? Chemla means you've shown us a tremendous amount of compassion. Chemla Gedoyla v'Yisera, a great overwhelming passion, Chamalta Aleinu, that you have shown us. That's what we're referring to the Rabbeinu Shalom. The way Rav Victor Miller brings it is that the Lashon of Chemla is Rachmanus Shel Ava. That means there's a big difference between Rachamim and Chemla. Okay? Chemla is Rachamim not because the Kodesh Baruch Hu has Rachmanus on us, he feels bad for us, but rather because of his Chiba, because of his Ava, because of his love for us. Therefore, he has tremendous Rachmanus and compassion on us. Moving on, Avinu Malkeinu. Now, whenever we say that, we always have to stop a moment. My Meshkech Rabbi Orlowik Shlita always said, when we say Avinu Malkeinu, and I think he quoted Rav Victor Miller, Avinu Malkeinu. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is not only our father, he's also our Melech, he's our king. What does that mean? He explains as follows. A father is someone that loves the children. That's the natural thing that a father has to their children. They love their children, right? But you can love your children, but not necessarily have the ability to give them because you just don't have it physically. A Melech has all the resources in the world. He has all the money in the world. He has all the ability. But not necessarily does he love everyone. So we say, Rabbeinu Shalom, you have both qualities. You are Avinu, you love us, as a father does to a child. And you're also Malkeinu. You're also a Melech. That means you have the ability and the resources to give us, excuse me, whatever it is. Means that the Ikar Maila of our ancestors is because they were Makabel the Torah, kept the Torah because they trusted in the Rabbeinu Shalom. And that B'tochen includes also Emunah, Yivas Hashem, Asiyas Rotzen, doing Hashem's Rotzen in that way. That the entire Torah we're referring to over here is called Chukei Chaim, okay? Which literally means Chukei Chaim, the ground rules of life. And therefore we're referring over here to say that the Torah is something we keep even if we don't understand it, even if it doesn't make any sense to us, even if we think better. Chukei Chaim, it's a choik. Choik is a statue, we don't really understand it. The whole Torah is called Chukei Chaim. So the same Bavu of Shabbat, our ancestors trusted in you, Hashem, and you taught them, our ancestors, the book of life, Torah, everything. So to also give us that spirituality, also give us that teaching in the same way. Avinu, of Harachamon Hamarachim Rachem Aleinu. Again, look how the dear ways that we are expressing our love and our expressions to the Rabbeinu Shalom. Avinu, again, our Father, Tati, Tati, Tati. Anyone that ever went to a speech for a Tzimaya, Shlita, the way he'll scream, tata, 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 tata. It's not a joke. It's like the way that a child screams out, and when they're in the cot, they're speaking, a little baby, tati, tati, tati. They're desperate. They need someone. So we have that same expression of here, Avinu Avarachamon. Right, Rabbeinu Shalom, you are the Av, you are the Master of Mercy, the Father of Mercy. All mercy in the world comes from you. Rachem Aleinu, have compassion on us. And in fact, over here, Rav Schwab brings down that we have specifically 4 expressions that we plead the Rabbeinu Shalom to give us the ability to understand His Torah. And in these 4 pleas, we ask the Rabbeinu Shalom, we want us to understand the totality of the entire Torah. Now, there are 4 parts to Torah, as we know. The first level of understanding is Pshat, that's the simple level. You go higher level, it's already Drush. You go a higher level of that, that's the third level, it's already Remez. And then you've got the highest form, of course, which is called Soid, which is all the secrets and the mysteries that are hidden beneath the levels of the Torah. And therefore we're asking the Rabbeinu Shalom with these 4 expressions to please let us understand the entire Torah and everything that it represents in that case over there. V'sein b'lebeinu lahavin. We want to understand. Lahavin comes from Bina. Bina is the highest level of understanding possible. And we ask the Rabbeinu Shalom, we want to achieve that incredible level. Ula Haskell, to understand. Now, let's say we can't get to the level of Lahavin, which is Bina, which is the highest level. At least La Haskell, at least let us have somewhat of a surface understanding of the Torah to utilize our intellect, our power of our brain, to be able to understand it on some level. Lishmaya, of course, that's of course to hear the words of the Torah. Lilmoid, that's literally to sit and learn. Ulalamed, right? It's not about learning, it's also about teaching. It doesn't necessarily mean in a class or in a yeshiva, but it can be to our own families, our own children. That our job is also to give over the Torah to others. First Mishnah and Pirkei Avos. In order to have the kiyum, the continuation of Torah, it needs to be taught, right? V'midu talmidim harbe, set up a lot of talmidim. Doesn't necessarily mean again in yeshiva, but it means to give over the Torah. Lishmar, to safeguard. Now, a lot of people think Lishmar means to keep the Torah, but that's not, because that's what Lasos is. Lishmar means as a safeguard. Lashon of Chazal, heavy amelim b'Torah amanas lishmar ulekayim. There's a lekayim, which is physically to do, but there's lishmar, which means to safeguard it, and that's what Chazal tell us. Rashi brings it in Devarim Perek Dalet, ushmartem zu mishneh. Right, safeguarding it is learning it. So we want to learn it, we want to repeat it, we want to internalize it, to safeguard it. V'la asois. As the Gemara, of course, in Kedushin Daf Mem Amud Beis tells us, that Talmud Godel, Shah Talmud Meivre de Maisa. Talmud, we're meant to be learning in order to do, in order to actually accomplish. As the Mishnah in Pirkei Avos says in Perek Aleph, Lo medrash ika ela ha'maisa. It's all about doing. Ulekayim, and to strengthen and uphold the mitzvahs in that case. That means even in times where it's difficult to keep the mitzvahs, even there are things that are blocking us sometimes for doing those mitzvahs, we ask the Rabbeinu Shalom, give us the strength, give us the siyata d'shmaya to be able to uphold the mitzvahs and do whatever needs to be done. As kol divei salmo Torah, all the words of your Torah that we should be zoicha, to be privileged to keep and to do as a result of learning about it. We should get able to do them. We don't want to do it as a tradition because that's what Tati did and that's what Mommy did and that's what my grandparents did, so that's what I do it. No, we want to have a fresh understanding, a fresh geschmack in it, in Torah mitzvahs. And the last word of today is ba'ava, with love. We don't want to do it because we're forced to. We don't want to do it because everybody else does it. We don't want to do it because the system tells us to do it. We want to do it because we love the Rabbeinu Shalom, and out of the respect and out of love and awe of Hashem, that's why we do the mitzvahs. And mitzvah Hashem tomorrow will continue.